Christian Medical College, Vellore. This college is ranked third according to the NIRF medical rankings in India, and also it has been consistently among the top three colleges in India. Globally seeing, this has been ranked the 770th according to the US News International University rankings. This college is not just a hospital, but also it has brought several social reformations in Vellore. You know what? Behind this beautiful legacy, there was three knocks which led to all of these things. Hello everyone, this is Michelle. In today's episode, we are gonna see about an incident that became a turning point in one person's life, which led to such a great hospital, which is helping even till date for so many lives. Come, let's get started. The Christian Medical College, also called the CMC Vellore, was started in the year 1900 by a medical missionary named Dr. Ida Scudder. In the year 1900, after completing her medical studies, she comes to India and starts a single bed clinic at Vellore. Her family was also a missionary family where her father, John Scudder, also served as a doctor in the same city. Initially, people were not ready to accept Ida Scudder because they saw a woman being a doctor as a very unique and different thing. So they were not used to it and they did not initially believe Ida Skoda. But as days went on, as people started to see that people, whoever went for treatment to Ida Skoda, started to get healed, they started to believe that yes, she's also a good doctor and definitely if she has the capacity to treat their diseases. So what happened? Eventually, as time went on, people started to stand in queues to get treated by Ida Scudder. There is a report which says that by the year in 1902, the queue went as long as from 200 to 300 and 400 people standing in one single day. That's how it became very successful. And within a span of 2 years, in 1902, Ida Scudder opened her first hospital by the name Mary Tuber Schechel Memorial Hospital. This was a 40-bed hospital and it was entirely sponsored by one person from America while Ida Scudder was pursuing her studies at US. So she named this hospital after his wife's name as a memorial for her. But as days went on, Ida Scudder noted that she needed more manpower to support her in the hospital. So what she did was she started to train the women there as nurse by giving them formal education about the basic medicine and basic nursing practices. And in the year 1903, she started to train compounders. A report says that around 40,000 patients were treated in the year 1906 alone. That's how successful this hospital turned out to be. But by the end of these things, I just came to one conclusion that no matter how many medical missionaries come from other countries or no matter how many doctors come from other countries, it will not be sufficient to treat the patients that were there in that city. So what she decides is she wanted to create doctors from their own villages. So Ida Scudder opens a medical training center to train doctors in the year 1918, which later on came to become the Christian Medical College CMC. So the entire vision of Ida Scudder was to create doctors from their own village, and so whoever were working as nurses and whoever had the capacity to learn more, she invited them and who were volunteering to learn for doctor, she called them and she started to train them for the LMP course. Before the MBBS came, the course was called as LMP course, that is licensed medical practitioner course. If a person had a certificate of this, then they were qualified to practice medicine. So she started to train them for this examination. And in the first examination, she sent a batch of 14 women to write it. When people saw this, they all started to mock, saying, what are 14 women going to write in this examination? It is better for them to quit this because they believe that it was very difficult for a woman to pass. The reason why people mocked everyone was back then, women getting education itself was such a great thing. And in that scenario, Ida Scudder sent 14 women to write a medical examination. So it was really, created a surprise among the people. And guess what the results were? 80% of the men who wrote the examination failed, whereas all 14 women whom Ida Scudder sent had passed the examination. And not only that, they also started to set new records by scoring great marks. That's how slowly Ida Studer started to create doctors, and by the year 1942, it became a proper organized college, and it also started to teach MBBS courses. And in 1947, this became a co-education college. And till now, this college is growing at an immense rate. There has been so many campuses which have been opened by giving great international level facilities to the patients. And also, it's almost 126 years since this hospital has begun. The main vision was to train medical missionaries and send them across India so that they would open hospitals in places where the medical facilities are not available. So, who is this Ida Scudder behind this such a great legacy? As I already told, her parents were actually working as medical missionaries at Velu. She did not like the life of a missionary because she felt it very difficult for her to survive. We know how the life of an American would have been, and from being in such a lifestyle, the missionary lifestyle did not suit her because she was just 20 years old. But in the year 1894, when she was about to return to America, one night and three knocks changed her entire life. What happened was, in one night, a person comes and knocks the door of Ida Scudder's house. He comes, knocks, and when Ida Scudder opens and asks what had happened, he says that his wife was dying of labor pain and he wanted help from someone. And all the women whom he had known were not able to treat her. And someone said that this person, the person who is living in this house, might help him. So that's why he had come in searching of Ida Scudder. But Ida Scudder told that she had no idea about medicine, and she requested if her father, John Scudder, who was a doctor, can aid her or can help her, his wife. But the man who came knocked, he told that he will not permit a man to do or perform a treatment for his wife because he belonged to a higher caste, and it was not under his customs and traditions for a man to look a woman and to do perform a medical treatment on a woman. So he said, let my wife rather die rather than letting a man to treat him, and just he just walked away from her house. This left Ida Scudder devastated that why would someone consider tradition over the life of a person? And after a few hours, when Ida Scudder was very depressed and she was very low, again she heard a second knock and she ran to open the door, believing that it was that guy who changed his mind, and she came back. But this time it was a different man and he belonged to a different religion. But the story was not different. The story was same. He also claimed the same thing, that his wife was suffering from labor pain and all the women did not know to treat it and there was no one to help her, and someone recommended that this person who is living in this house might help him, and that's why he had come. Adaskura again pleads to the man, allowing or requesting permission from him that her father, John Scudder, might perform a treatment on her. And again, this man gives the same reply, saying that he would not permit a man to even see his wife's face because that is what his religion and his customs had taught him. Again, he said the same sentence, saying that I would rather let my wife die rather than letting a man to see his wife's face. And so he just leaves by. This again leaves Ida Scudder very low and devastated. And then Ida Scudder now hears a third knock, and when she goes and opens the door, she sees a different man, but the story is not different. Again, it was the same story, it was the same suffering, same pain, and Ida Scudder offers the same offer, requesting and asking for permission for him to allow her father, John Scudder, to perform a treatment on her. But again, she gets the same reply, saying that they would not permit a man to treat a woman. This left Ida Scudder very upset, and the next day morning, when she goes out, when she sees what had happened, she comes to hear the news that all three women had died. This left Ida Scudder very bad, and she goes on her knees and she goes to prayer, asking God what she has to do. This is when Ida Scudder fixed her mind that this is what God had called her to be as a medical missionary and to help as many people as she can. She was immediately ready to sacrifice her American life, and you know what? Without any delay, she departs to America to pursue her studies in medicine. And after completing her medicine, she comes back to India, and the rest is history. Imagine a woman in her 20s deciding to sacrifice a luxurious American life. It's a really hard thing, and she decided to do it for God. And you know what was the result? It was an opportunity which led her to preach the gospel to millions. People used to say that Ida Scudder used to do the work of 6 person, and after her work, she would just take a car, would visit villages, and she would treat as many people as she can. That was the love she had for the souls. When people started to misinterpret and started to see her as God, she always ensured that she was not God, and it was the love of God which she was showing her, whereas the true God was Jesus Christ alone. That's how she ensured that she always took the gospel while treating the patients. Today, if we also are ready to sacrifice our life, our personal desires, our personal dreams, we will also be a useful tool in the hands of God to take the gospel to millions. If it's God's will, we'll meet you in another episode of this weekly Pearl program. God bless you.